Who's that team that put up like 86 against us?
And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Matt Lackmesser Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we get set for the opening game of today's doubleheader between the Earlham Quakers and the St. Mary's of the Woods Fighting Pomeroys. The Quakers come in with a 1-2-0 overall record. St. Mary's with an 0-2-0 record. The Quakers coming off of a big 12-1 victory here at Matt Lackmesser Stadium September 7th against McMurray. 12 goals, I'm assuming, is a record for the women's side. And they were led in scoring by Jordan Blackburn with 4 goals, Chloe Lomenzo with 3, Aaron Walsh and Yana Miller each with 2. Abby Smith had a goal as well. So 12 goals of output in one game was fantastic. That's also coming off of their previous 2 losses where they were goal-less, losing the opener September 1st at Ohio Wesleyan 1-0, and then the following match September 5th at Trine losing 2-0. But they got back in a healthy way the big 12-1 victory over McMurray. So they will come up against the St. Mary of the Woods Pomeroys. The Pomeroys, they come in with, as I mentioned, the 0-2-0 record. They lost 5-1 at Harris Stowe State, and then they lost 6-1 at Cincinnati Christian. So we will come back with more on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shearer pregame report. You're watching Quaker Soccer on the Radio Troy Digital Network.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
It's so big.
We have 1 sub for 2 subs.
That's all it looks like. Yeah, I think had 1 sub.
Do that?
Yeah, not good.
Touchdown?
No, they were on like this 4-yard line. So hey, Willis Big just dropped the ball, trying to hand it off. So now they're back to the 10 again.
Pretty terrible.
I don't even like acknowledge the stupid Ohio State fans. There's so many of them. I just get surrounded by it.
You guys are really good tonight.
Back with you on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shearer pregame report. Here are the starters. First for the visiting St. Mary of the Woods Pomeroys. In goal, a freshman from Clinton, Indiana, number 3, Corey Madeline. A senior from Griffith, Indiana, number 2, Yadira Castellanos. A sophomore from Brazil, Indiana, number 4, Mana Mace. A freshman from Terre Haute, number 5, Maddie Stuck. A junior from Indianapolis, number 8, Jasmine Peoples. A sophomore from Coal City, Illinois, number 12, Ashley Jezik. A freshman from Sullivan, Indiana, number 13, Elizabeth Reel. A junior from New Haven, Indiana, number 16, Haley Schuler. A freshman from Danville, Indiana, number 17, Hannah Miller. A junior from Indianapolis, number 18, Ashley Plum. And a senior from Cicero, Illinois, number 21, Katya Orozco. So again, it'll be Matterly in goal, Castellanos, Mace, Stark, Peoples, Jezik, Reel, Schuler, Miller, Flom, and Orozco. The Pomeroys are coached by Mike Aycock in his 18th season, assisted by Abe Tizak. And now your starters for your Quakers in goal. The 1-2 record is Sarah Stacey, a sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, wearing number 1. A freshman from Sellersburg, Indiana, number 2, Aaron Welsh. A freshman from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 4, Magdalena Gallagher.
Number 2,
a senior from Monrovia, Indiana, number 5, Emma Hoffman.
Number 4,
A senior from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 10, Isabella
Number 5, a
Lopez.
senior defender
A junior from Philadelphia, number 11, Lydia Harvey.
Number 10, a senior
A freshman
midfielder
from Yelm,
Albuquerque, New
Washington, number
Mexico,
14,
Isabella
Chloe
Lopez.
Lomenzo.
Number 11, a junior
A
defender
freshman from
Philadelphia,
Westchester,
Pennsylvania,
Ohio,
Lydia
number
Harvey.
16, Jennifer Goyer.
Number 14,
A freshman from Plymouth, Indiana, number 17, Jordan Blackburn.
Number 16,
A
a
sophomore
freshman
from
defender
Richmond, Indiana,
Westchester,
number 18,
Ohio,
Emma
Jennifer
Lady.
Goyer.
And a freshman
Number
from
17,
Donaldsville,
a freshman
Ohio, number
forward from
20,
Plymouth,
Haley
Indiana,
Beal.
Jordan
So again, it'll be
Blackburn.
Stacey in
Number
goal.
18, a sophomore
And you have
midfielder
Walsh,
from Richmond,
Gallagher,
Indiana, Emma
Hoffman,
Lady.
Lopez,
And number 20,
Harvey,
freshman midfielder from
Lomenzo,
Donaldsville,
Goyer,
Ohio,
Blackburn,
Haley Beal.
Lady, and
Earlham is
Beal.
under the
The
direction of
coach
second-year head coach
in his second
Chad
season
Hardwick.
of
He's
the Quakers
assisted by
is
Lorenzo
Chad Hart,
Pineda Jr.
a graduate of
Good luck
Indiana
to both
University in
teams.
2000, and assisted by Gilberto Pineda
That's pretty
Jr.
much it.
So that's going to do it for the starting lineups and the pregame report, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shearer. We'll be back with the opening kick in just a moment. You're watching Quaker Soccer on the Radio Troy Digital Sports Network.
That's what you want to do. For your first time, that's will probably be a little bit
And it's
easier.
going to be radio dry.
Sorry?
And is it
One,
going to
so
be
I
radio
usually go
dry?
1 minute.
Remember, I'm a co-owner. I'm fine. I don't have to have my name on it.
It's like 10,
I just reap the benefits and the profits.
How about try?
How about China?
Troy and
Troy?
Good, and don't
Try-
hit it
try.
at the end of half.
No, whatever, man.
Roy?
I'm a team
Roy.
player. Roy. I'm just a team
Thanks for
player.
doing that, sir. Appreciate it. You're good to go. See you next week. Sorry.
I like all of them, but like that.
Yeah, they definitely have it.
Yeah.
Just a fantastic day here in Richmond. I think it's going to be in the low 70s, although I'm not a meteorologist. That's what I'm going to tell you. You can see there blue skies, a couple of clouds. Just an absolutely fantastic day for soccer. We encourage all of you that have the ability to come out to watch the women take on St. Mary's of the Woods, and the men will be in action around 3 o'clock or so and take on the other college here in Richmond, the Indiana University East Red Wolves. The Red Wolves coming in with a 2-2-1 record, and the Earlham men with an 0-3-0 record. That was a little bit of a whiff there to open the match.
Basically, again,
So the Quakers in the home white, they will be attacking from left to right on your screen. The Pomeroys in the sky blue, attacking right to left on your screen. I want to thank you folks for tuning in. The Quakers there on the attack. Got the ball in the boxes.
Yes.
Crossing pass was up, and trying to get that ball a little more centered was Aaron Welsh, who will kick the ball over to the corner. And we will see who will take the corner kick for the Quakers.
So that's just what we're told. So here you'll have to help here. So you have like a corner kick for.
It'll be number 14, Chloe Lomenzo. Puts the ball up. Headed out from a clearance by the Pomeroys, and then they will wind up stealing the possession from the Quakers.
I actually do like soccer. Thank you.
Quote Danny Dodd, FIFA ruins friendships.
It does. It's
Hoffman got the ball up towards Lomenzo, and she's not able to keep possession for the Quakers. Hoffman to Welsh. Welsh battling with Schuler. Overrunning that ball was Jezik. Jezik not able to get it to her forwards. The Quakers will battle for possession in the midfield.
5 hours, I'm going to both games. Me and my buddy here.
That ball heading towards the corner. Mace got to it, and again, just a battle for possession. Orozco losing it to Welsh. And here comes Schuler. She's battling with Lomenzo. Lomenzo still giving Schuler the business. Now Miller not able to control it. Hoffman here on the near side. And she will kick that out of play off of Schuler. It will be a Quaker throw. Emma Hoffman throws it in. It gets it to Emma Lady. Haley Beal nearly got a face full of the ball. Chasing after to be Hannah Miller. She will not get there in time as Stacey will clear it.
What's that?
Nearly a bad break there for the Quakers as Miller was chasing after that and got there just after Stacey kicked it away. Gallagher on the far side. Gets it to Bella Lopez. Bella will spin. And dropped it off for Lomenzo. Lomenzo to Hoffman. Hoffman now. Back to Lomenzo. Chloe with 3 goals in that game against McMurray.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it.
Lady will kick it out deep. Chasing after it is Doyer. And it will be a Quaker throw deep in Pomeroy territory. Doyer goes quickly. She'll get it back. Crossing pass was blocked by the Pomeroy. Will go out of play. Still should be a Quaker throw. Bella Lopez directing the traffic. The ball is thrown in. It's nearly an opportunity for the Quakers, but unfortunately for them, the Pomeroys got to it, and now a little give and go. That is broken up by Welsh. Here comes Hoffman. She'll keep the ball in play. Drops it back to Harvey. Couldn't quite get it to Beal, but Beal will come up with it after Orozco could not contain it and keep possession. Oh, and there's an opportunity for the Quakers. Just a bit of a heavy touch there by Lady. But it was definitely an offensive opportunity. Another Quaker throw. Welch will take it and gets it into Blackburn. Lomenzo. Nice pass to Lady. Doyer back to Lomenzo. Lomenzo will left foot it up high and goes just over the crossbar. And Matherly, the keeper, was not going to be able to make a play on that at all. And the ball winds up being just about 12 inches too high. But a good effort by Lomenzo. Quakers again keeping the ball in their attacking third. That was a really nice play by Beal. Will she cross it? She does. The ball is live in scoring territory, but the Pomeroys come out with it. Now they're on the counter. They've got numbers. 3v3 right now, and again, good dribbling by, I believe that is Jezik. Jezik crosses it, and Stacey is there. But I tell you what, that is a fantastic effort by the sophomore from Coal City, Illinois. Ashley Jezik nearly single-handedly dividing the Quaker defense. That was 12, wasn't it? That was... I'm just used to being wrong, man. Oh, there's a nice pass to Blackburn. She's got room. Tries the crossing pass to Lomenzo. And it will go as a goal kick. But early on, the forward combination of Blackburn and Lomenzo looks to be a good combination for Coach Harden and the Quakers.
Yeah, I don't know anything about some goals are good. All shots is bad.
The Quakers early on have clearly the edge in possession. Gallagher on the far side will get it to Lady. Doyer now. puts the ball out front, gets around the defender. She's got room to run. She will attempt to cross that as blocked, and now will be cleared by the Pomeroys. It'll be a throw for Doyer. Pomeroys come up with possession. Now to give the ball back to Jezik, who did her magic. She's clearly a fantastic dribbler. And that pass gets away, and Hannah Miller kicked it out of play, but they're going to say it is a Pomeroy throw-in. Lomenzo doing some nice footwork, getting the ball to Lady. And that will be a Pomeroy throw from right in front of their bench. Pomeroy's side is pretty thin. They only have 3 players on the bench. You'd think that would favor the Quakers, keeping fresh players in the game more often. And Bella Lopez goes down, gets back up. Hoffman gets it to Blackburn. Pomeroy's Orozco keeps possession alive for the Pomeroys. And that ball will be just kicked out of play and a Quaker throw.
Yeah, it's going to be a little.
Welsh throws it into Hoffman.
But the World Cup is like so exciting.
It's only every 4 years.
It's got that Olympic feel.
Harvey
Weird side never watched before.
to Gallagher. Gallagher
Everything about the Olympics is awesome.
trying to find Doyer or Lady, and Lady will ultimately come up with the ball and will center it. And now on the run is Lomenzo. Lomenzo puts it out front. There's going to be an opportunity. And the keeper, Matherly, comes out off the line, and the Pomeroys dodge a bullet there. It looked like Blackburn was going to have a shot on goal. And Matherly just gets there. Here comes a streaking Hannah Miller. She gets there. Stacey right in front of Miller. And another fantastic play by Stacey. That was a whiff there. Doyer was bodied off of that ball. Coming up big there was Harvey just to keep that ball in play. Beal with space to run. Goes towards midfield and then kicks it off of the Pomeroy player, that being Jezik. Out in front for Blackburn. Blackburn in open space. She stops, and that could have been a foul in the penalty territory. I'm not sure how it wasn't called a foul.
Is it foul?
That could be a game. That's not
The
good.
player is down, and I'm still not so sure how there wasn't an infraction there.
That's not good. Blackburn girl with 4 goals last game.
So Jordan Blackburn still yet to get up.
Is that foul or not?
Sports medicine staff coming out to take a look at the freshman from Plymouth, Indiana, graduate of the Culver Academies, and Jordan scoring 4 goals in the match against McMurray. 4 goals in 6 shot attempts. Our friends on the baseball team would know that that's a .667 batting average. Not quite as good as you guys, but I mean, still pretty good.
Pretty close.
And while we're on the subject of baseball, the Earlham fall ball is underway. I believe the fall matches were Friday afternoons and Saturday mornings. You guys having fall games? I encourage all you folks to come out to Randall Sadler Stadium, the best college stadium in the Midwest, nay, the world. A fantastic facility, and come out and watch the Quakers coming off a fantastic season last year. Champions. That's fun to say, isn't it? And going off slowly is Blackburn. And walking off very gingerly. Let's hope that this is something that's just an aberration and will not keep her out for any length of time. Who's coming in, man? Oh, derelict in your duties. Oh, it's a sad day when man's not paying attention.
Can't tell the number. 15.
15. So that'll be Yana Miller, freshman from Elyria, Ohio, will come in for Jordan Blackburn, number 17.
Maybe it's something to injury, but I don't know if it's something.
So we'll wait for the official to buzz us back in. And he gives us the wind the clock sign, and we're underway. And again, I'm still not entirely sure how that play that injured Blackburn was not a foul, but nonetheless, we go on, and there's a ball to the jaw. Quakers come out with it and then lose possession again. Still fighting for it is Beadle. She was cut down, still battling. Now Lomenzo has Doyer on the left wing, trying to find Beal. And now the Pomeroys are on the attack, and they decide to give it away. Bella Lopez in midfield. Drops it back to Hoffman, over now to Welsh. Welsh to Beal. Beal surveys. Gets it up front. Has room for Miller. And that'll be cleared and a Quaker throw.
Man, how about Stoke
Castellano.
putting up on United right about now?
He sucks. They just scored.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
God damn it.
Lopez to Lomenzo. Beal back to Lopez. Bella puts the ball up, and that'll get easily to Matherly. Harvey will chase after that ball. She will be able to keep it in play. Castellanos was chasing her down. Hoffman now.
We scored. Thanks, Mitch.
Men just said we scored like he's a member of United. Calm down.
I got
Slowly, roll.
I got a signed shirt. I remember.
I got a signed shirt of a lot of things. Doesn't mean I'm a member of anything.
Like what?
I got a signed shirt from like the Backstreet Boys. You think I'm a boy band member? I don't really have a signed shirt from Backstreet Boys.
I know.
Trying to make you feel bad. That was a terrible example. I feel horrible.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah, there you go. Got a John Bonham signed drum kit. Doesn't make me a drummer.
I got a guitar player from Zach Brown. They're throwing in the crowd on top.
So the Quakers will have the throw. Aaron Welsh.
It's really hard to see the
Yeah. Will remain Quaker ball. Another throw in here on the near side. Aaron Welsh will do the honors again. Gets it into Lopez. Pomeroys now with the ball. Doyer with the closing speed forced an errant pass, but there was Hannah Miller. She battles, gets the ball.
She's good.
Now she'll turn and fire indiscriminately, and the Quakers trying to clear it. Schuler winds up with it. She will have the ball on her right foot, and Good defense there by Welsh. Now Beal on the attack. She surveys the pitch, slows down, and gets it to Miller. Lady chasing after Reel, and Reel kicks it straight to Doyer. Quakers on the attack. Lomenzo. She turns the corner. Has the ball in front. Gets it on her right foot. There's a block. Battling after it was Lady. But Matherly will get credit for the save. And it will be Quaker throw. Marcus Rashford just given a red card. Min is apoplectic.
Actually, he just scored. So, Brian, come on.
Bella Lopez fighting for that ball. Winds up at the feet of Lomenzo. Now, cross not there. Welsh trying to keep possession. It will go out of play and be a Quaker throw. Aaron Welsh with the throw.
It's so crazy.
Emma Hoffman at midfield. Welsh and Beal battling for it. Welsh now. Will she cross? She puts it up. Beal not airing, and just overrunning it was Miller. I believe Lomenzo took a shot, or was it Lady? Maybe Lady took a shot, and it just gets weakly to Matherly. But that all stemmed from Miller. Would have had a great opportunity to fire a shot on frame, but just overran the ball. Welsh to Beal. Beal tried to get it to Lomenzo. Lomenzo was calling for it a little earlier, but she did not get it. The two go to ground. No call on either side. And Peoples tried to find Castellanos, but she could not. Here's Bella Lopez. Nice footwork by Lomenzo. Lomenzo in the middle of the pitch. Here's an opportunity. Miller. No, it's not Miller. It's going to be 18, and there is another save on the shot attempt by Lady. Doyer will keep the ball in their attacking third, and it should go as a corner for the Quakers. So that shot by Lady was the best opportunity that the Quakers have had to score, and a nice save by Matherly. And it will be Lomenzo going to take the corner. The wind is against her, so that may be likely to hold the ball up if she kicks it up high. Ball is up, and possibly should have been an opportunity for the Quakers. We give credit to Lars Hoffman. Comes up with it, has it in the box, tries to turn the corner and center. Ball's alive. Beal is there, and it's finally cleared. Quakers keep it in the territory. Lomenzo, nice footwork. Drops it off to Miller. Ball still alive. Beal gets it to Doyer. Doyer centers it, and there's no Quaker there on the backside. A couple of offensive opportunities by the Quakers do not pay dividends. But again, the possession time is squarely in the Quakers' favor. Here's going to be a shot on goal. Miller fires it and sends it high. Quakers continuing to get nice opportunities offensively. You got to think sometime fairly soon that is going to pay off in a goal.
When we score, you gotta do go, 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 go.
No, you don't.
Mitch was pretty definitive about that, wasn't he?
No, you don't.
He's like, You want me to do it? I can't. I gotta support Mitch. Miller. Not able to get the ball to Castellanos. Now Doyer on the far side. She'll drop it back. That was a little chunk shot by Gallagher. I think she got under that ball a little bit more than she anticipated. Beal to Lopez. Lopez trying to get it back to Beal. Here's Miller. Got some good space. Did a good screen job. She's going to have an opportunity. Gets it on her left foot and hits the sidebar. And then getting the rebound was Lady. She put the shot up and another save by Matherly. Tell you what, Yana Miller is doing a great job of screening the defenders, getting the ball on the right foot, and then firing, although that last shot was from her left.
No.
But Miller in the middle of the pitch is doing some nice work. Orozco, that's going to be a foul. I believe that's our first foul of the match, is it not?
Yep.
Not to be nitpicky, but I think the play in the box that injured Blackburn was a little worse than that.
So there are fouls in soccer, unlike field hockey. Nope.
What?
Quakers now again on the attack. Laminzo to Beal. Beal tried to find Miller, and I would continue to take advantage of that matchup as well.
No.
Doyer will get there in plenty of time, and we'll get it to Stacey. Back to Doyer.
You had somebody on the baseball.
You just get to keep hitting.
Gallagher to Lopez.
Once our team is done.
To Beal. Beal now.
Look at the wing.
Laminzo. Beal in space, directing traffic. Tried to find Welsh. Welsh will come back and get the steal. What a nice move there by Beal, getting around Castellanos. Quakers not having a high passing efficiency there on that little possession. Stacey will come out and throw the ball back into play. Gallagher on the far side. Lopez to Beal. Laminzo overruns him. The lady was there to cut off the advance, but I believe that's Jezik again. She tries to put in front for Castellanos. She does. Castellanos shot up and just wide.
Go, Marco.
So the first real opportunity, that was number 2. Yadira Castellanos, that was the first
Except for Jordan.
Oh, that's right. The one.
opportunity for a shot by the Pomeroys.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Looks like her ankle.
That's better
She
than
got a one leg spray.
Yeah, she got something like that.
Look at the
Now the
wing.
Quakers again on the attack.
Look at the wing.
Welsh
Nice.
in space. Welsh will have a shot opportunity, and it is just saved. How in the world did Matherly come up with that ball? She basically saved that twice.
We scored 12 goals in about 6 and 1
Nice job by Corey Matherly. Stacey kicks it away. Bolt Lopez now with the ball.
She's only touched the ball like 3 times.
Laminzo to Beal.
It
Beal
doesn't make any sense though. What are we doing?
has the space. Miller calling for it. I think they were afraid of being offside, but the flag stayed down, and the Pomeroys wind up getting it. And again, the Pomeroys just kick it without any real sense of direction or to anybody in particular. And they give up possession. And the Quakers decide to give it right back. The Pomeroys with the throw-in. Orozco. She loses it. Bella Lopez gets it to Beal. Beal with plenty of room to run. To Lomenzo. Lomenzo gets around their defender without any problems. But that pass will get a little too far away. Under 20 minutes to go in the half. Your score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, 0-0. But the Quakers have had some really fantastic opportunities to score. And here comes potentially another one as Lady on the far side will lose possession. But again, the Pomeroys are all too happy to give it right back to the Quakers. You can kind of see the change here. We'll get our resident soccer expert, Min Vo, to tell me I'm wrong, but it seems like because of all the offensive success that the Quakers have had in terms of shot attempts in space, and there's our first offsides, it seems like the Pomeroys are packing the defense in tighter and not really having as many players upfield. Min looks in disbelief.
They started out like that because we scored 12 last game.
Castellanos has the ball taken away from her by Aaron Welsh. Hoffman drops it back to Harvey. Now Bella Lopez back to Magdalena Gallagher. And that was a giveaway. Now the Pomeroys. They've got some opportunities, some numbers, and they will be a goal kick. Nice crowd here out on a beautiful afternoon in Richmond. I can tell by listening to the crowd mic. And we have a substitution. Bella Lopez will come out. And it looks like Samantha Zendrowski will come in, a freshman from Crown Point, Indiana.
She number 7?
Crown Point, I don't think is officially considered the region, but it is in that area in northwest Indiana.
I guess,
And as Bella Lopez goes out, I'd be remiss if I didn't, this is my first women's game, to say hello to her family watching in Albuquerque.
No, Robinson, he could run. But that was the wrong time.
Bella Lopez, Isabella Lopez.
She's nice.
Is he still going to be a running back in there?
That was last year.
Oh, okay.
Definitely came to running back.
He wasn't. I know he was a running back.
Miller not able to get to that ball in time to get possession.
I don't think Jeff Carter's in the NFL.
He's not.
Doyer. Back to Gallagher. Zendrowski couldn't get it, but now here's a steal. Quakers on the attack. Still alive. Still at the opportunity. And then just a little bit of miscommunication there between Lomenzo and Lady. But Doyer will keep the ball alive for the Quakers. Beal back to Doyer. Doyer puts it out front. Miller's there. She's pulled down. Is that not a foul?
What?
Apparently it's take anyone down for any reason in the box day. So the Pomeroys, again, just punt it back. Gallagher will keep it alive. And it will now be a throw for the Quakers just near midfield.
She's hurt.
Hoffman has her pass stolen. That was a good job by Jezik. Castellanos to Jezik. Jezik. Again, we've seen her footwork and ability to control the ball, and she still has possession. And then she will send that pass long, could not find Plum. Quakers with the throw. On that far side, Emma Lady could not keep possession. But now the Quakers are on the attack. It is 4v5. The Quakers still have the ball and just nearly getting past him. They would have had two Quakers running unfettered. Now Castellanos will chase the ball down. She'll have an opportunity to make a shot. Spins, gets good possession, left foot shot. Nice save by Stacey. So Castellanos really has the only two shots that I can remember for the Pomeroys. Stacey, in her 3 games, she's given up 4 goals, which comes as a 1.3 goals against average. Her save percentage is near 78%.
You know, David De Gea, United goalkeeper, only got 56%.
Really?
I think so.
Throw in for the Pomeroys. Pardon us while Men and I talk about the EPL. His favorite player of all time, David De Gea.
That's not true.
That is true. You love David De Gea.
Okay.
You think he's the Elvis of the EPL?
No, he's 26.
Here's the greatest head coach in baseball history. You. How did you not want to play for SAC? I don't understand. He makes me want to lose weight, and I think I still have eligibility. I'll be the best 40-mile-an-hour fastball thrower ever. The EFUS. Miller loses possession on that heavy touch. Now the Quakers. Oh, and Miller tried again to screen the Pomeroy defender and then spin and turn with possession, but she could not get there. Now Stacey. Lamenzo drops it back to Hoffman. Hoffman will push up pitch to Lamenzo. Lamenzo gets around, gets it to Welsh, but the flag is up. The crowd getting angry, waiting for the Quakers' first goal. This might be a record attendance in the new Matt Messer Stadium. Beal drops it out for Lamenzo. Lamenzo will just fire it up and see if Miller can get there in time. And sliding to get the ball was Matherly just before Miller got there. That'll be a throw for the Pomeroys.
What are you doing
Next semester? I'll be gone.
Shula
Oh, that's what you're asking?
drops it off to Mace. Mace puts it up high for Orozco, but Orozco couldn't get
My
there.
career coach is there.
Now the Quakers.
Yeah.
A little heavy touch by Beal.
This summer you did the Black Hunter Academy.
Now Hoffman
How's that? Awesome.
battling
It was
with
awesome.
Miller
It
for
was
the
also
ball.
Super intense.
Doyer on the far side. Puts it out front for Lady. Lady. Can she turn the corner? And that's going to wind up being another Quaker corner.
One of my friends writes politics for
It looks like Lamenzo will go take the corner kick for the Quakers.
where you lean as a writer for politics. It's a great time because there's crap every single day. It's like
That's
a new
true.
story.
Lamenzo will get there as we near the 10-minute mark. Low line drive. Beal misses. Miller puts it up, and it goes over the bar. You think the law of average, though, with all of the shots the Quakers have been taking that are on frame, eventually one's going to get in. Gallagher to Doyer, back to Gallagher. Can she get there before the ball goes out of play? She does. Harvey over to Hoffman. Welsh here on the near side, but they go in the middle to Zendrowski. Now to Welsh. Welsh with some nice footwork. Makes the crowd happy. Lomenzo to Beal. Beal in space. Puts it out front. There's Welsh. She's going to have a shot. Another save. Miller's there. She spins. Is pushed.
That's got to be a foul.
Again, the crowd yelling, wanting a foul.
That's a good takedown, though.
Yeah, good tackle.
Tell you what, so far Matherly has done a really nice job in net for the Pomeroys. She has been peppered with some shots and has saved them all to this point. But the Quakers will continue on the attack. Zendrowski to Hoffman. Hoffman's pass was intercepted or deflected. Now Jesnick. Jezik loses possession. The crowd is yelling and loves any kind of little deke that the Quaker players give to the Pomeroys. Now we've got 2 subs for each side, and the numbers are going to be hard to see here. Lady goes out, as does Beal for the Quakers. 16 and 4 out for the Pomeroys. So Schuler and Mace will sit down. Paige Buckaloo, a freshman from West Terre Haute, Indiana, is in for the Pomeroys, as is number 22, who is not on the roster. So Clint Eastwood is now.
It's 22 in the SAT roster.
She's not.
She's not.
Is it Laura Taylor? There's an extra girl on
For the Quakers, we'll get you those subs in just a moment.
We lost track.
One of them is Abby Smith, a senior from Mount Vernon, Ohio. She is now in the game. And I believe Bailey Thompson, number 12. No, excuse me. Kelsey Moore, number 13. So 13 and 3 in for the Quakers. Kelsey Moore, the senior from Granville, Ohio. And Abby Smith, the senior from Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Repeat question. What 2 schools are in Granville and Mount Vernon?
Mount Vernon and Asbury.
No, D3 schools. Technically, it's in Gambier, but
Harvey.
You should know mine. You put it last year.
Zendrowski.
How do we edit things?
Hoffman.
What's that?
How do we edit things?
Escape. I do. Edit. Most recent input. Yeah. Gambier is Kenya.
Stacy could not get there before the ball goes out of play. She will get the goal kick nonetheless.
Come on, dude.
I don't know half the school of Michigan. There's so many community colleges every day.
Just a little update on Jordan Blackburn, who went out earlier in this half. She is still on the sideline. She looks like she's getting one of her legs wrapped on the training table.
No problem.
But I take that as a little positive sign that she's still on the sidelines.
Maybe.
Doyer will send that ball up pitch. Kelsey Moore tried to screen the defender so she could get possession in turn. Now Kelsey does wind up the ball, but that's a foul. Foul called on the far side. Pomeroys will get the free kick. The near side official is getting peppered with some commentary from the crowd. You just saw him shake his head. And that ball goes out of play. And will be our first corner for the Pomeroys. Number 2, is that so? Men stole my roster. Yadira Castellanos will take the kick. Sends the ball up. Not really a very good corner. Gallagher will clear it. Kelsey Moore
So two
battling
people
for it.
right? One was number 4. I don't know what the other
Ball comes down at Kelsey Moore's feet, still battling for it. Castellanos. She'll send it up high. Stacey couldn't really be aggressive and come out and get that ball as the Pomeroy player was bearing down on her. But it will go out of play and will wind up being a goal kick. It's going to be taken by Harvey. Lomenzo drops it back to Hoffman. Lomenzo puts it out front for Welsh. Welsh gets there, keeps it alive. It gets run into by number 22, Clint Eastwood.
What number?
Whenever you don't know who a player is, it got to be Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
Maya Moore doesn't trust my judgment. Yes, sir.
What number is that on the far side?
What's that?
The girl on the far side?
On the way far side over there?
The red shoes.
I'm not sure. I'll let you know. We're trying to find the number of a player here. Bear with us. 22 is not listed on any of our documentation, any of our rosters. And the general rule is if you don't know who someone is, they got to be Clint Eastwood. Why is that? Does anybody know? Not even these young people, because he was in a movie once and his official title was The Man with No Name. So that's why people with no name, they're called Clint Eastwood. Looks like that's 13, man, on the far side. Kelsey Moore comes up with possession. Really no Quaker players were making a run, so everything just kind of stopped for a little bit. Now Lomenzo drops it back to Harvey. Moore gets it to Doyer. Doyer has some room on that far side. And number 13.
How much time will be in between these things?
That would be.
Falcon out.
I'll make sure that I think
Elizabeth Reel.
give like
I think it's
30 minutes more, depending on. But if we go overtime, then they'll start.
Ball gets away, and Reel will throw it in for the Pomeroys on the far side, right in front of their bench.
So 19 didn't start.
You type.
So it's either 16 or
Quakers with the ball, and just stolen at the last minute.
cannot see anything with that.
All right, so you ready?
Gallagher chases it down, drops it back to Harvey.
1 minute the first half and then 10 seconds count.
Yep.
Can't see anything.
Hoffman has Welsh on the near side. Abby Smith had a heavy touch, couldn't control it, and Buckaloo loses possession for the Pomeroys, but coming up with it, one of her teammates. Now Castellanos. Oh, and it's the Pomeroy player in the back, and now that gives Lomenzo the opportunity to make a run. She runs right into Eastwood and Jezik. Now Kelsey Moore. The player goes to ground. Kelsey kind of stopped for a minute and then just kept going, as she should.
Because 19,
Smith.
if she's not still over, she didn't
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Good job.
Oh, yeah, 14 and
Zendrowski. Now Jezik will hold the ball. What's that? Oh, Rashford got thrown out?
He scored again.
There's no 7.
That was a mistake.
Okay.
Lomenzo
Leave 22 is
to
blank.
Miller. Miller. Not sure where Miller was trying to kick that ball to, but
Don't start when you
Quakers still trying to keep possession.
Okay.
I think it's 9.9. Gotcha. It's not a big deal.
Miller
Otherwise, you're second.
loses it. And that was the point there where Hoffman, I think, should have just tried to screen Miller off of her and let Stacey get that ball. But no harm, no foul as Harvey comes out with it. Now Welsh.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A really good job by Welsh. That'll do it for the first half. Your Wesley Bates Wealth Management Scoreboard update. Earlham 0. St. Mary Woods. St. Mary of the Woods. Pomeroy's 0. We'll be back in just a few moments. You are watching Quaker Soccer on the Radio Troy Digital Sports Network.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Is it always 5 copies?
Yes. You do one for the broadcaster. Hey, Sam, your thing printed off here. What do you want to do?
Any bad apples?
Yeah, because I think okay, that's fine. I mean, unless we have pretty overtime or something like that. So, okay, sounds good.
And even if there is overtime,
Not
you
near
can still
the
play
rough
3:30.
So I'll tell them, okay, 3:30. Got it. Okay.
West Virginia?
All right, here. You go to our coach, who is it? Oh, it's her ankle. Okay, that's better than me.
Yeah, that is.
Our coach is right there.
Which one? The one right there.
Or sorry, here, give us 3. No,
On
over
the
there.
side. Okay.
Other side. And I'll ask their coach, who's 22. It's
Right, give it a coach next way.
fine. Sam said start. Once this game is done, you can wait till they shake hands, and then whatever it is,
2-1.
257, go for
How does Stoke have a goal against you?
Because they'll
They play well. They did play.
313, it's only
I
17.
mean, all he
If
wants
Stoke
to
had
do-
a goal against Liverpool, you'd say, oh, Liverpool's terrible.
No, they played well. Stoke is actually decent at home. I'm not saying shit.
Does Adam still play for them?
Charlie Allen? I don't think so. I don't know what he plays now.
I never liked
He
Charlie
used
Adams.
to be good.
Yeah,
No,
but I never liked it.
he's an asshole.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
a
like it.
complete asshole.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of cocky players.
But he's not
Cocky
cocky,
people.
he's just an asshole. Like, straight up, like, the way he acts, it's not cocky, though. It's not appropriate.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's cocky, but he's good. He's one of the best.
Are you guys doing the men's game too? Well,
Yeah.
I'm just going to do some 10 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Back at halftime here at Matlack Messer Stadium, your Wesley Bates Wealth Management Scoreboard, Earlham 0, St. Mary of the Woods 0. Here are some first half stats for the Pomeroys of St. Mary of the Woods. There were 3 total shots, 1 on target, 1 on goal. Yadira Castellanos with 2 shots, and she did have the shot on goal. Hannah Miller with the 3rd shot. Corey Madley in goal was credited with 6 saves, and at least half of those were real excellent saves. I mean, just tremendous shots by the Quakers, and Madley came up big on all of those. Shots by period, the Quakers, they turn up 10 shots, and of those 10 shots, a healthy 6 of them were on target. Erin Welsh took 2 shots. She had both of her attempts were on target. Chloe Lamenzo with 2 shots, one of which was on frame. Emma Lady, 3 shots, all 3 on target. And finally, Yana Miller with 3 shots, but none of them were on goal. Sorry, Stacey was credited with 1 goal. So on the saves front, it was Matherly with 6, Stacey with 1. There were 3 corner kicks for the Quakers versus 1 for St. Mary's, and no bookings. And really, I believe there's only 1 or 2 fouls, maybe 2. in that entire first half. So a fairly clean played game. And that's going to do it for your first half statistics. And we will come back in, give us about 10 minutes or so, and we will get you started on the second half here on Quaker Soccer that you are graciously, and we are thankful that you are watching on the Radio Troy Digital Sports Network.
We just conceded again.
Who conceded again?
Yeah, it's 2-2.
What's DeHay doing?
It was defensive fault.
Well, of course it was, because your boy.
Look at this. He just fell down. He got a free header. There's nothing you can do about that.
There is something you can do about that. You can save it. Is there not stuff in the fridge?
Oh, I didn't know if we were like that. I didn't want to take it.
I'm not sure who.
Our mystery player is Laura Taylor.
Laura Taylor.
Laura Taylor.
Oh,
She's
okay.
the one that doesn't have a number. Okay. So, Min, can you go back in the stats? What is her number? No. Does she have a number? Is there a Laura Taylor? Here, hold on. Let's try this.
Well, she's a goalkeeper.
Okay, we still have a 7. Who's 7?
Well, that's no 7.
No 7.
There. There we go. That's fixed on our end.
Mitch, you're like a Russian hacker with how well you were doing that.
What does that mean? Oh, with that program?
Yeah.
It looks like a Russian hack program to go.
Hey, someday I hope to be able to donate enough money to where I have input on the building of press boxes. What am I going to say?
The windows.
Yes!
No.
It might just, I know I'm fat. Is it just me that it's hot?
Here's my biggest complaint. They should have built this room on the other side because it's right in the middle.
Yeah. But how awesome would it be to have an open window and get some like air? And again, you're skinny, you're probably not hot. You're probably comfortable. I recognize it.
I was actually pretty cold up here at first.
I'm like 12 of you, but it's not.
10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All of life is Hey, man, how is your game further ahead than this one?
Because I got a better string?
It's 2 minutes delay. So, yeah. Did you say it's 2-2?
Yeah, it's 2-2. There's a 2-1 still?
Yeah, there's 2-1.
That's too late.
I should have made some money. I bet you still.
If it is still 2-1, then it's super late, super slow.
Super slow?
Yeah.
What's your minute? Do you show up minutes?
67, 24.
67?
They're 9 minutes behind you. They're 58 here.
I'm not on the lights.
Good ball. Oh. Should we just start?
We're at 20% back. I think through the second half of this year.
TJ ate it all. TJ, what? Did you get my text?
Where was I gonna go?
Text Fatty.
Where's he at? Texas guy once. Where's he at? Look on Matt. I didn't see him on that. He left right before that.
I'm texting Matt.
He had to go paint on his shirt again.
It's a good one.
Donovan.
He's good. He's good.
Donovan. Hey. When you get like closer, what he's like? Huh? Huh?
Oh, you're saying
Since you're ugly.
Alright, then do you know how to get to the men's game or no?
Directories, and then change the W to the M, and then
Load.
You going to volleyball match?
I'm going to volleyball once the second half starts, yes. Don't do it now. You go directories and then load. Once you're in the other directory. So you go directory, change this W to an M here.
Yeah.
That's it.
and then load.
Yep. And then here's the print off the stats box score. And you have to, I just don't know how we're going to get 5 stats going because
just looking up so bad at halftime.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally. to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
He probably made a. He's probably is he good? We watched the movie and he said he was bad. This one's successful about it. And usually he's like this. Dude.
Sorry. I got hurt in Earlham.
Just get it.
And we are back at Matlack Musser Stadium here on the campus of Earlham College in Richmond, Indiana. Just a fantastic day to be outside, and all the better to watch some collegiate athletics. Wesley Bates Wealth Management Scoreboard, Earlham nil, St. Mary of the Woods College nil. Earlham in the home whites. They will have the ball to start the second half. They will be attacking from right to left on your screen. Hoffman on that far side now. Beal dropped back to Hoffman. And an update, if you were watching us in the first half, Jordan Blackburn went down with an apparent leg injury. And at halftime, we saw her come off of his hitch with some assistance. And it appeared to be that her right ankle was taped. And just now, coming back onto the field for the second half, she came out with crutches. So obviously we won't be back this second half of this match. But certainly in a strange way, that was a nice job by Castellanos. And she will have a weak shot on attempt. It will be on target, though. And Stacey comes up with it. But real quick back to Blackburn. It's maybe as bad as it sounds, you would rather it be the ankle than a knee. So certainly our thoughts and best wishes and prayers go to Jordan Blackburn for a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Here's the bag. What the game's done.
There was Chloe Lamenzo chasing down on the offense. Throw in for the Quakers. Miller, who took the place of Blackburn. She will put a right foot in spin, and that will be a save. Matherly will get the ball, and she will punt it back into play, and goes right to Bella Lopez. Bella gets it to Miller. Miller, she is wide open. She will have an easy shot, and another point-blank save by Matherly. Goodness gracious, Matherly has done a fantastic job in goal for the Pomeroys.
Text me if you guys have any questions.
Miller was wide open in space, as she is again. She fires another shot. She had Doyer on the wing, but I like it was Miller, 15. Doyer will keep the ball in the Quaker attacking third. She will get there, trying to kick it off the player. That player, Pomeroy player, is down, and Miller just kind of shoots it weakly to Matherly, who comes up with the ball again.
Yeah.
I am still just amazed at the save that Matherly had on the second to last shot by Matthews. Just a point-blank shot fired right at her. You've got to give Miller credit for firing the ball with pace and to make sure that it was on frame. And she had a shot in the first half that sailed over the crossbar, and she certainly didn't want to do that again. Miller steals that ball away from the Quakers. Stacey gets to that ball as it just winds up inside the box, so she'll pick it up and punts it away. Lady chasing after it, battling for possession. Beal gets it to Miller. Miller. There's a shot, and it hits the bar. The second time the Quakers have hit the bar. They are absolutely peppering the goal, and so far none of them have found the back of the net. And Lopez nearly getting it to Miller, and a late foul called. Very late whistle. That was after the action had ceased. But we'll have a free kick for the Quakers. And pretty dangerous territory for the Pomeroys. They will set up a two-person wall. Lomenzo played it short. Lopez will drop it back to Harvey. Harvey over to Gallagher. Lomenzo. Lopez. Gets it to Beal. Beal to Miller. She's onside. Oh, no, that's going to keep going long to Lady. And there's another Earlham player that goes to ground in the box with a defender on them that results in no call. That's the third time that has happened. Welsh will kick the ball off the Pomeroy player, so it'll be a Quaker throw in. And now it will be a Pomeroy throw. Is that music on the PA or is it in the locker room?
It's in the locker room.
Dear God, that's with some power, huh?
I was just wondering.
Miller for the Pomeroys. Dropped it to Castellanos. Castellanos tried to get it back to Miller, but it will be cut off by Hoffman. Hoffman to Doyer. Back to Gallagher. Lady could not keep that touch near her, so it will go out of play, but it'll be a Quaker throw. And there's a handball, actually probably on both sides there, and no whistle. Lomenzo to Beal. Back to Lomenzo. Lomenzo with some nice footwork. Gets to Beal. Beal was not initially looking for it, and it will be cleared by Peoples. Stays in the territory for the Quakers. Lomenzo just has it ripped from her pocket. And Doyer goes to ground, battling with Orozco. Orozco bodying Doyer off of it, and finally it'll be cleared out of play by the Pomeroys and it'll be a Quaker throw. A tough ball. Quakers with the shot, and it takes some strange English and spins away. And it'll be a goal kick for the Pomeroys. Ball is up. Doyer couldn't get that ball. The Quaker defenders will battle with it. Harvey and Miller going at it. Miller will come up with it. Miller still fighting. Miller now with space. And Stacey with the save and tackle at the same time. Coach Nick Johnson just texted me and wants to sign Stacey up. That was a nice block. Here comes Miller. She'll chase after it. Put some pressure on the Pomeroy defender, and that was real. Here comes Lamenzo. Lamenzo with the save score! The initial save by Matherly.
Chloe Lamenzo.
Goes for naught, and Lamenzo gets the Quakers on the board.
Do you know what this is?
No, that's just a shot.
That was
Hit off the goalie's hand on it.
Lamenzo now ties Jordan Blackburn with 4 goals on the season, but more importantly, gets the Quakers on the board. The Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard now shows the Quakers with 1. St. Mary of the Woods, 0.
No, looks like you got it though, Ken.
Got you. Thank you.
We mentioned in the first half and the opening minutes here of the second half, you keep having those quality offensive opportunities and shots on frame. The law of averages has to get you a goal, and it certainly does. And Chloe Lamenzo, the freshman from Yelm, Washington, comes through for the Quakers. And don't forget, that was in some parts set up by the great save by Stacey, with Miller bearing down on her, and Stacey going to ground just as Miller was about ready to kick the ball into the net.
In Louisville? Yeah. I'm like an hour south of that.
He was super excited.
So alternating possessions here in midfield now. The Pomeroys with the ball, and there's a nutmeg by Castellanos. Orozco with the ball. Real calling for it, and it's stolen from Real by Lady. Jezik with her footwork. Good job there by Beal. Now Beal has plenty of room to run, and she's got players with her, and that was a real heavy touch by Miller. Quakers ultimately now do gain possession. That's Harvey. She tried to get it to Lady, and it will go all the way back to Real. The Pomeroys with the throw in. Miller. Miller's turns. She's got Real in front of her. Real will just have to clear it, and then she brings down Miller as she's rolling around. The Quakers will go quickly, and unfortunately for the Quakers, Beal couldn't control that, and it will be cleared again, and another throw by Earlham. Doyer will take it, and she finds Beal real easily in a lot of space in the box. Quakers still trying to get some possession there, and Castellanos now lays it out for Flum, and Flum loses it. You know, we've talked a lot about Matlack Messer Stadium, what a fantastic facility it is. I got to tell you, the sound system is fabulous. Apparently in the locker room is we're all getting massages from the bass. So thanks to Roy Messer and all the donors, because you did a great job acoustically. Quakers now, again, on the attack. It seems like the majority of this game, the Quakers have been on the attack. Castellanos looks for Miller. And it will be cleared. Gallagher. Couldn't quite get it to Doyer. As Flum gets it. Nice footwork there by Orozco. Drops it back to Real. Orozco. As Lamenzo is going to be called for the foul. Either Lamenzo or Lady. Either way, a Quaker foul. I don't know what the exact count is. I'm sure Men could get it if he wasn't watching EPL. But the foul statistics, Earlham has been called for significantly more fouls than St. Mary. Earlham 4 fouls. How many have the Pomeroys had? 1. 4-1. Stacey, will she get there? She does. Stacey, she has a real good ability of gauging whether she's going to get to a ball before the defender. And so far, she has been right. Miller chasing after it. She'll come up with it. She's going to have an opportunity for a shot. Puts it up, and again, right at Matherly. A lot of contact there. You got to think that Miller's starting to get a little bit frustrated as she has had some quality shots that have seemingly all been right at Matherly, and Matherly has been up to the task every time. And even for the goal with Lomenzo, Matherly got a hand on it and blocked it, or definitely changed the path of the ball. But the ball wound up going on the far side net and in for a goal regardless. And there was a pull. Bella Lopez with the ball. Back to Bella. Bella and Beal playing some give and go, and ultimately it comes out to Castellanos. Orozco has it stolen from her by Welsh. Beal, nice move. She has a lot of room to run here. Looks for Miller. And it was Lady and Miller both that had an opportunity for it. Lady was much closer, but it winds up in the hands of Matherly. Castellanos. And that ball will find its way to, Stacey. And she punts it back into play. Miller heads it to Lady. Oh, and Lady just not able to control it, or she would have been off to the races. And she turns the corner and is bodied off of the ball just a little bit by Mace. Miller swings and misses, much like me in a baseball game. Castellanos with plenty of space, closed off by Lomenzo. Knocks the ball away, but it will wind up in Hannah Miller's feet. Miller still battling and ultimately loses it to Hoffman. Harvey gives it right back to Castellanos.
Number 4 for
yeah, the line's right there. The one,
Lomenzo over to Doyer.
No, number 4. 21's
Lady couldn't quite get there before the defender, but Beal will steal it back.
Give me that cookie.
Ball up. Lomenzo tried to head it, and Matherly will come out and get it. She goes quickly. Castellanos is ready to go, and the Pomeroy offense needs to do something to give that defensive line for the Pomeroys a break. You're starting to see those ladies laboring just a bit, either limping or hands on the hips. There's a handball.
Handball.
Coach Sack with the best commentary. The handball finally called, and we will have a free kick. Gallagher puts a foot into it. Orozco battling with Miller. Miller comes out with it. Miller kicks it right into Maddie Stuck. Lopez. Nice job shielding Jezik off of her. Beal to Lady. Here's Miller. She's going to have another shot, and it goes just wide.
Damn.
I tell you what.
Dang.
Yana Miller has done everything possible to put the ball in the back of the net, and she has just missed by inches at least 4 times.
Just tell them what they say in Frozen.
Miller with 2 goals in that match against McMurray, and she really could have had about 3 here. She turns, gets around, she'll have a shot, puts a left foot again right into Matt. Now you can see she's starting to get frustrated. She is absolutely flabbergasted on why these shots aren't going in the back of the net.
Good defense.
But again, a lot of credit to Corey Matherly. Someone in the crowd yelling, "Get after her." It's like, oh, I didn't know the rule. Oh, man, that's what I should have been doing this entire time? I love it. If only I had known that about 45 minutes ago, we might have a different score.
They said Ratatouille, suck it.
It always reminds me of being at a basketball game one time and the official telling me the higher up the stands you go, the smarter you are about the sport.
That's right. I thought TJ said something fun. I'm sitting way back there.
Gallagher. Over to Zendrowski. Now Beal. She has the ball stolen from her by Jezik. Jezik with the stop and go. She'll put it up and has it taken away. Now Doyer. Doyer with a lot of room to run. To Beal.
Just keep it.
What a great pass. That's going to be a goal.
Oh, there it is.
The Quakers now up 2-0 on your Wesley Bates
Number 18.
Wealth Management scoreboard. Emma Lady gets credit with the goal, and the assist will go to... Who got the assist? Beal, 20?
Yeah, Beal.
Beal with the assist.
Assist on that goal, number 20. Haley Beal.
Coach.
And again, that was, what a really nice pass for Beal. Just perfectly weighted right in front of Emma Lady.
There we go. Something happened.
Miller. Will she get there in time? She does. She steals it. Way to go. Nice job. Will she cross it? No, it goes right into Matherly. Oh, a little clash of heads, and that's going to hurt. Emma Hoffman may have left a mark there as Miller and Hoffman. Did he? I think he stopped the time. Did he not?
Double X, right?
Yeah, I thought he did. Yeah, there he did. So Hoffman and Miller collide, and Hoffman comes out with the worst end of that. And at this point, you have to worry about concussions, maybe a laceration. Coach Harden will come out, and along with the sports medicine staff, we'll update the clock here. I think they were a little late to start the time, but we'll update it. Tell you what, we'll take a quick break, leave you at the action here or the video on the scoreboard, and we'll come back. You're watching Quaker Soccer on the Radio Detroit Digital Sports Network.
That's it. We used to say it's bad, but when she came with us on like road games and stuff during the week, still would come to us during the week. Like, oh, we got somebody to put our ice on, but
This is also okay. So those are here, so that means don't do this day.
yeah.
Maybe here today,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
That's just fantastic.
And then like, what do you want to try to throw? I couldn't throw. You try to throw, so I'm throwing buckets. It looks like you're throwing good. It's probably going like 30 miles an hour. Just crying. Yeah, that's how I throw. That's perfect.
It looks nice for that. Oh, nice. What? Is he getting those drinks, dude? He's right there. So, no. Did you text him? Yeah. Matt. Okay. That's cute. That's cute, dude.
My camera's not working very well right now. I don't know why. It's like not responding.
Turn it off, turn it off.
I ain't doing that. No way am I doing something like that. Let's try it.
It's not letting you move it, or just like zoom?
For a minute, like right when they scored that goal, I zoomed in on the scoreboard and stuff, and then it just like stopped. And I was moving it. It wasn't frozen either. I could still see people moving. I couldn't move it, and then it finally started again, but it went really, really slow, and then now it looks like it's back in normal.
Yeah,
It's gotta be gentle.
We tied 2-2.
Ball moving so fast.
2-2? Is that what that's finished?
Yeah.
That's a good point for Stoke.
They play well.
Oh.
It's funny that like my trainers,
As you can see, Hoffman,
Buffalo Bills and stuff, and they're like D1 college.
Still
top of the table. Hoffman will walk off under her own power. We're back underway. I believe Zarmina Khan comes in for Hoffman.
Who?
I'm 7.
And 6.
Oh.
What class you teach?
I hate when they do this. They just sub in.
Those things.
6 for home.
Not bad, but
For Hoffman.
For Lomenzo.
Oh, Lomenzo went out? So who came in? Pardon us while we do some on-air housekeeping.
Yeah, I did it. He said.
Oh, Kelsey Moore came back in.
I turned in the right format. He said no. That's brutal.
So Khan and Moore in for Hoffman and Lomenzo. And another save as that ball was just lifted up.
Who shot that?
The
2?
straight ahead of you, far side straight ahead. 2. So Aaron Welsh
You got a pretty good boot on.
and Matherly had to jump up and knock that. Well, how did they wind up being a goal kick? Because Matherly definitely knocked it. Oh, she didn't touch it. Just hit the crossbar. Okay.
Lomenzo's still here. What am I talking? Well, yeah, I got the wrong sub. 6 for 10.
Oh, Bella Lopez. Okay, so Khan comes in for Lopez, and Kelsey Moore came in for Hoffman.
No.
Or either way.
7 came in for Hoffman. I don't know who Kelsey came in.
Oh, Zendrowski was in before that. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah. Zendrowski had been in.
Am I tripping?
Doyer
Let's see.
has space on the near side. Gets it to Khan. the lady in the crowd. Kick it! Kick it!
Nice.
I like the football games.
Number 6 is my favorite.
7 was not in. 7 was not in.
No, really the best one, you know, is a goal from the tee shot from about 5 foot out. Yeah, right. That's not happening.
I'll get right on that. Yeah.
Maybe you missed a previous sub. Maybe that was what happened.
I don't know. Who Kelsey came in for?
No, I like it when you follow the
Handball.
back.
There's again no handball call. Harvey to Lomenzo.
That's what I was trying to do.
Orozco kicks it right to Beal. Beal gives it away to Castellanos. Kelsey Moore to Khan.
That's like watching my dad like look at my mom.
Yeah.
I was catching my best friend one time, and I caught him for years. My mom was like, I don't play it. I was catching him.
Yeah, a lot of just alternating possessions right now.
No matter what happened. Like he told
Castellanos.
Me, I paid attention. I paid attention one time. She said 3 times for
Miller.
Follow through over each year.
Over to Flum. Flum can control it. Kahn with a nice stop. Has the ball kicked away
It was like a curveball.
by Orozco. Castellanos.
To Flum.
Flum and Miller could not get there, and Beal to Zendrowski. Zendrowski gets it up to Kelsey Moore. She's got room to run. She's onside. Has Miller. Oh, why wasn't that a handball?
Oh my God, that's what it is.
Yeah.
There's a shot up and hits the side of the net.
Her head is
And 2 subs for Earlham, 1 sub for St. Mary's.
18 coming out for.
Flum goes out. Buckaloo comes in for St. Mary's. On the Quaker side, Lamenzo goes out and Miller goes out. We'll give you the entries as soon as we can. I know Abby Smith is one of the entries.
Emma Hoffman came back.
And Emma Hoffman back in. That is good news for all the Quaker fans.
And number 7 moved up to midfield.
Castellanos to Miller. Miller back to Castellanos, who drops it back to Orozco, who tries to find Buckaloo. Gallagher to Kahn. Kahn puts it out front, thinking Doyer was going to be on a run, and Doyer could not get there before Real, so it will be a Pomeroy throw. Harvey will head it to Zendrowski / Beal. Now Doyer. Under 20 minutes remaining in this match. The Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Earlham 2. St. Mary of the Woods 0. Kahn. No foul there. Not sure why on that either. I guess just incidental contact. Smith. Gallagher and Doyer. There's a foul against the Pomeroys. A free kick here for the Quakers.
That's why I play football.
Gallagher puts the boot to the ball. Castellanos drops it off to Jezik. Jezik on the run with Beal on her. She stops. Drops it back. Castellanos sends it up pitch. That's going to get right to Stacey. And again, kind of a wasted possession right there. Stacey with a little miss hit. Castellanos. There's going to be an opportunity for Buckaloo, but a good recovery by Doyer. There will be a Pomeroy throw. We have a sub for the Pomeroys. Well, they don't have many players, so hopefully we can figure this out. I think is that Flum that's going out? Or Schuler? 18 is Flum.
16 probably Schuler.
16 came in there.
No, 16 was down.
Oh,
Her right there. No.
The far side. Can't really see the number.
Can
Your offense
zoom in?
Can you zoom in on her right there? Your defense is on her.
Doyer. Beal. Zendrowski. And Just laid that ball out too far, and there's an offside. Flag is up, flag is up, flag is up. Blow the whistle. Dear goodness.
18. So 18 came in for 16.
So Flum came in for Schuler on the Pomeroy side.
That's right. I don't think it's taken. This is going to get fucked up, right? She's 14. No, not on the first side.
The free kick for the Quakers. Doyer and Smith trying to cut off the defender, or the Pomeroy player. They could not. Ball goes to Castellanos, who couldn't quite get it to Miller. Action on the far side. Orozco. Ball is up. Stacey will have no trouble with that.
And I'm so cocky about this one too.
Cincinnati's not a bad
So fast. So they scored 2 touchdowns so fast.
Stacey with the kick. Kelsey Moore will get there. Stops, and it will go out of play, and it will be a Quaker throw.
They were saying something about there's only 4 guys on this team that are playing big guys. So that could be something.
But your quarterback's not. I mean, everything's going to do something.
Another throw for the Quakers.
Quarterback, running back, 1 defensive player.
He wasn't started last year, was he?
Yeah, it was.
Smith has it stolen from her.
He's a D lineman, right?
No. Or yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's what they said about Florida.
He played a lot.
Doyer will head the ball out of play. It'll be a throw for the Pomeroys by Buckaloo. She will go to Castellanos. Orozco.
Yeah, but he's going to be playing.
Back to Castellanos.
Yeah.
Jezik tried to get it to Castellanos, and she could not control it. So it'll be a Quaker throw on the near side. Abby Smith is there. Gets it to Doyer. Doyer to Kahn. Kahn with a lot of room, a lot of space. Kelsey Moore. Back to Kahn. A little behind her. Kahn nearly threaded the needle and got it to Welsh. Kelsey Moore is there. She puts a foot into it. Didn't have all the power behind it, so it will get right to Matherly without any issues. You can see on the far side the men's team's warming up for the match at the conclusion. Give us about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this women's match. But the men, there was a well-weighted pass to Kelsey Moore. Kelsey with a step over. She'll put a left foot into it. And again, tipped by Matherly. But what a nice shot by Kelsey Moore.
Quaker goal 313. Kelsey Moore.
And she gets her first goal of the season. And your Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Earlham 3, St. Mary of the Woods 0. Coming back on will be Michaela Jones for the Pomeroys as Buckaloo will come off. And we're back underway. Just over 13 minutes remaining in this match. And the Quakers' offensive output, while not quite as much as their last match against McMurray, putting 3 on the board here at home against St. Mary's is a pretty nice result. Realistically, the Quakers could have about 6 or 7 goals, but Corey Matherly, the keeper freshman from Clinton, Indiana for St. Mary of the Woods, she has really done a nice job in net. And you may say, well, she's given up 3 goals. Well, she has made a number of fantastic saves. Kelsey Moore puts it up for Abby Smith. Smith will get there. She needs to have a couple of Quakers trailing a little bit. Drops it off to Doyer. Doyer will kick it off of the Pomeroy player. It'll be a corner for the Quakers. Looks like Kelsey Moore will take the corner. Quakers get ready for the set piece. Ball is up. It's a nice ball, and it hits one of the Pomeroy defenders that was guarding the back post. And it'll be another Quaker corner, this time on the far side.
Can you score off the corner? Yeah. You need some serious benefit. That almost went weird. Well, it almost looked like it was head off.
That reminds me of a Michael Bradley goal one time on a corner where he curled it in from a corner shot. Men doesn't like the U.S. national team, though, so he probably didn't see that. Did you, man? Of course you didn't see it.
I saw Beckham score one.
Yeah, who cares about Beckham?
When he played for...
Yeah, win. Jezik on the move. We've seen her with some fantastic dribbling before. She'll give it up to Michaela Jones. Castellanos has it stolen. Smith puts it out for Doyer. Doyer will take a Quaker throw. We'll have a sub. It looks like maybe Bella Lopez coming in. And Gallagher will come out.
They happened to us last year in Ohio coming back from Miami. There was a deer, we were like, no, because there was 3 deer crossing the street. So we slowed down.
Doyer with the throw in to Abby Smith. She heads it, tried to find Kelsey Moore. Now the Pomeroy's on the attack. Jezik. She seems to have a real good feel for when the defender is closing in on her and try to make a steal. Castellanos gives it back to Schuler. Schuler on the far side. She's tripped up. No foul called.
That was all ball that time.
That did look like all ball.
Give her the phone.
Hey, Michigan touchdown.
And will be another Pomeroy throw in. They will have a sub at their next opportunity. And there's a whistle.
Well, I mean, Ohio State looks like crap. Their first game is a terrible team.
Actually, both teams will make a sub. It looks like Schuler is out, and maybe Flum is back in. Lamenzo back in for the Quakers, as Kahn will sit down. 14 came in for 6 on the Quaker side, and I believe 18 came in for 16 on the other side.
That's definitely not 18.
I didn't think they were good.
It was the same sub that we had trouble with last time on St. Mary's side.
18 hasn't come up?
With Brill and Bolton and Jake Butler.
Maybe 22?
Yeah, but you know what? Ohio State converted that 14.
No, it's the far side, but so maybe it's 16. Maybe it was 16 and 18 again, but it's the far side on midfield line right now on the far side. Smith. She'll have room to get it to Doyer. Nice pass. Doyer is going to have a shot. She waits a little too long. Beal was closing in, but I think Doyer should have went 2 or 3 steps earlier.
You're right next to the same person holding basketball.
18 came in for 16 and
That's number 2. She's number 2 right there, in the middle.
Okay, so it's up to 22 and number 2.
It's like football. You can't
Lamenzo. Beal could not get there before Matherly. Castellanos.
I don't think they were working for like this. I think that's why that's why she was.
Under 8 minutes to go. Abby Smith tried to give it back to Lamenzo. I think Abby might have had an opportunity to take it in. Here's Beal. Beal shoots and scores.
That was Bell.
Quaker goal number 20, Haley Beal.
So Beal now with an assist and a goal.
Say it. Give her that credit.
What's her number?
10.
Beal.
Number 10, Emma Lopez.
Bella.
Ella Lopez.
Bella Lopez gets credit with the assist. Beal now on the season with 1 goal and 2 assists. Bella Lopez will get credit for her first assist on the season. The Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
What was that? Sorry, I'm quiet.
Oh, she got beat in the head.
Earlham 4, St. Mary of the Woods 0. Bella to Kelsey.
I think I'm working on all these games. Like, oh, yeah, you can do that? Yeah.
Is that Welsh on the far side? It is Welsh. Loses it to Orozco. Jezik to Castellanos. Abby Smith working. That'll go down to Zendrowski. What's the Quaker football score?
Not good. Oh, they all start until 3:30.
Oh, 3:30.
I'm just
You're just prognosticating?
Yeah, let's see the future here. God, it's good back.
Reminder that the Quaker football team will be in action today at 3:30. Who do they play? Who do they play?
Hiram. There we go.
Quakers taking on Hiram. Their first home game, I believe, is the first week of October, maybe October 7th or something along those lines.
I asked him what the record was last year. He said 3-7. So I said, we got a shot. He said, no.
Abby Smith trying to find Kelsey Moore and doesn't get through. Lady
Last year I worked all basketball games.
was trying to keep that ball in play. It did not work. It'll be a Pomeroy throw. A reminder, the Quakers will be in action September 13th at Wilmington. That's a 7 p.m. start. And they will be back home September 16th against Berea at 4 o'clock. That is, again, a home start against Berea, however you want to say it. September 20th, they'll be at Muskegum. And then back home September 23rd against Marietta. And then from September 23rd, the Quakers won't be back home until, I believe, September 30th, even though it's not in bold. So we will see. Doyer cannot keep it in play. It'll be a Pomeroy throw. Now back to being a Quaker throw. Under 5 minutes remaining. Let me give the Quakers credit for their 4th goal there.
Sniper.
That's
Stacy will kick the ball.
This is what I was.
Hoffman to Welsh. Nearly gets it through to Abby Smith.
We got too much. 3 more subs.
Three Quaker subs there on the line, and the next opportunity, Abby Smith tried to pass it to herself, and it will be just cleared through the back end. So Quaker, we have a stoppage of time.
Number 2 came out. Number 3 came out. And number
Welsh, Smith, and Moore come out.
And then 1, 2, 21, 22, and 9.
Canela Gonzalez, Esther Mono in for the Quakers. I'm not sure about the last one. I think Faith Jacobs, number 9, I think.
13. And then 21, 22, and 9.
Mono goes to ground. Bella Lopez trying to get there. Lamenzo tried to put it out front for Mono, but it was intercepted by the Pomeroys. Hoffman. Yeah, that is number 9 for us on the far side, right?
Uh-huh.
The blonde
Yeah,
Jacobs?
she just came in.
Okay.
She came in for...
Jacobs, a senior from my home state, Austin, Texas.
Oh.
Gonzalez, a sophomore from Kenosha, Wisconsin, and Mano, a freshman from Zimbabwe. In my case, I got to Richmond, Indiana from Texas by running from the law. But I believe the statute of limitations in the warrant is done, so I think I'm all right.
Congratulations.
You're good, yeah.
Thanks, Maya.
You're welcome.
There's a shot up and from Lady that goes right to Matherly. As we near 2 minutes remaining in this contest. So far for the 2017 season, the Earlham women's side likes being at Matlack Messer Stadium, having scored 16 goals in 2 games while giving up only 1. They will run their record to 2-2. And as I mentioned, their next game, September 13th at Wilmington. A Quaker throw. Zandrowski drops it back to the Quaker defensive line. Now Lomenzo. Lady back to Lomenzo. Castellanos. Now Lady.
That was a good one.
Yeah, Gonzalez out front and Doyer. Doyer will get there. Gonzalez and Jacobs funneling in from the center.
Get ready for this 10-9. I know, you screwed up last time.
My time to
You
show.
started counting, he said 10-8.
Well, she's like, wait till 9. I'm like, ah.
He said 6, 5, 4, 3.
I know. I got the story.
10, 9, 8,
6, 4, 3.
7,
I said 5.
3.
30 seconds remaining.
1. In that game,
Deep breath, take your time.
it's what you say. Invite tension.
No mind of distraction. Pay no mind of distraction.
Stop looking around.
Ready?
Goals today by Moore, Lomenzo, Lady, and Beal.
7, 6, 5,
Slow down.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And there you have it. Your Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard finds the Quakers besting their win total for last season in Game 4. Last year, a 1-14-1 overall record, and they are now 2-2 on the season after defeating St. Mary of the Woods by a score of 4-0. I want to thank Min and all of the staff here at Earlham College for helping us with the broadcast today. Certainly a big thank you to Mitch Blakes for his help and all the administration. Who could forget Maya and the Earlham baseball team and all those guys, the champions, by the way. How's that shift working out for you guys?
It's a great shift.
It's a great shift. They love
We're
it.
going to get back on it.
By the way, the baseball team, Friday afternoons and Saturday mornings, fall ball scrimmages at Sadler Stadium through, I think, September. I think that will end the 1st of October or end of September. So I encourage you to go out and watch those guys. And the basketball team coming up soon. Maya will be there. Make sure you're there. And again, your final score here from Matlack Messer Stadium. Earlham 4, St. Mary of the Woods 0. Give us about 30 minutes or so. We'll be back on the air with the men's soccer game against the crosstown rival IU East Ruddswood. For everyone here and everyone at Radio Troy, thanks so much for tuning in. You've been watching Quaker Soccer on the Radio Troy Digital Sports Network. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Booze.